Hi, this is Blair Marnell, and I'm here at the Season 2 premiere for The Walking Dead at LA Live. Check it out. Tell us about Jimmy.
Jimmy's a very, been telling everyone else, he's a very, very lighthearted guy. He's very helpful. He just wants to kind of, I don't know, the stress of fitting in high school can't really be there anymore. He's a 17-year-old, so he's trying to relate and kind of fit in with Rick's group and help them out with all the stuff that they're working on.
Being a teenager is so difficult anyway, like growing up and figuring out who you are, and then in a situation where you have no outlet, where you just have your family and this small group of people all, fighting zombie apocalypse, like seeing what that's like growing up and figuring out who you are, but being in this extreme situation is, and seeing how she deals with that.
I think this season Lori emerges fully as a matriarch. I think she is getting a very clear sense of the burden of the leadership that Rick has taken on and the ways in which he's starting to really fracture under a lot of that stress. And she steps up to protect him.
I think you're going to see the best of Shane and you're going to see the worst of Shane. I think that he's going to both try to redeem himself a lot, but I think unfortunately you're dealing with a really lonely, really disturbed guy, and he's going to make some really tough, hard decisions.
What can you tell us about what's coming up with Daryl this season?
Well, he takes leadership responsibilities this season, and he sort of earns his place within the group, and he forms some alliances with people you wouldn't think that he would form alliances with, and he combats people that you probably would think he would combat. So he grows up a little bit.
Like Hershel is one of the most pivotal characters introduced near the second year. Tell us, what role does your character play going forward?
Well, we'll have to find out. I'm not sure. If you've read the books, you may know more than I do.
What is Andrea going through in the second season?
Well, in season 1, she was bereft and suicidal over the death of her sister. As season 2 comes around, she's getting stronger. She is determined not to be a victim, and she really emerges as a bit of a badass warrior.
In the comics, she turns out to have the best aim of anyone.
Oh yeah, and I do. I sharpshoot on the weekends. I've gotten all this rifle training. I'm having the time of my life with the boys.
She's at the farm when the group arrives. Her and Glenn fall for each other, very definitely. And then they really it becomes a big challenge because my family doesn't want them to be there, at least not right away. And yeah. I don't want to give anything away, but she definitely gets to kick some zombie ass.
We stick with the comic book in regards to getting to Hershel's farm and introducing some new characters that we've seen. And like Frank said last year, we sort of diverge a little bit off of the freeway and then jump back on. So there's some great stories that that get explored.
What's fascinating to me is just as a fan of the comic, just trying to see how the show ties back in every once in a while to the books.
I know as a reader of the comic book myself, if I knew exactly what was going to happen, there'd be no mystery, there'd be no excitement. And we have Robert Kirkman in the writer's room every day, making sure that we're true to the stories that he would like to see told. And, we can delve into character, and some of the characters that he's already killed off in the comic books.
So Stan, are you a fan of The Walking Dead?
Oh, I'm a big fan of them. I was mentioning, though, if I were dead and then I came back to life, I wouldn't want to go around killing people. I would be so happy I'm alive. I'd say, hey, let's party.
If you had the chance to be on the show, would you rather be a zombie or a survivor?
Well, I've been under that makeup, the zombie makeup, about 1,000,000 times in my life, and I can certainly do it again, but I think I'll take survivor just for the heck of it, or maybe zombie for old time's sake.
I want to be a zombie. That's more fun.
Oh, survivor, definitely. I mean, unless it was like a zombie, a survivor turned zombie, yeah, and then everyone's conflicted about do we kill her, and then someone's looking out the window crying and trying to shoot me and can't do it. Yeah.
I would rather go from a survivor to a zombie and then kill half of them. Nah.
Oh, I think I'd rather be a survivor.
So you would want to be a survivor that kills zombies then?
No, I don't want to kill anybody. I'm a coward. I would just run away and hide.
I'd like to be a survivor who becomes a zombie.
That's the most popular answer.
I'm sure it is. It's the best of both worlds.
I actually got to be a zombie on Walking Dead, one of the webisodes that premiered today.
I saw that. Which one were you?
I was in episode number 6, and There's a pretty good close-up of me when they run out of the house, and I kind of turn and go after them.
I mean, I've been doing makeup effects for 25 years. Started with George Romero and Tom Savini in Pittsburgh. So to have our contribution really celebrated, we won an Emmy this year for The Walking Dead for our makeup work. So it's great. It just feels like all the hard work is being recognized.
Do you have a favorite Walking Dead moment to date?
My favorite Walking Dead moment, I really like. In the first season, I really liked throwing the squirrels at Rick Grimes. That was fun. That was actually my first scene, and that's when I introduced myself to the cast for the first time. So it was kind of a good day.
Beating up Ed by the water. Yeah, that's my favorite Shane moment.
I loved kissing Jim goodbye. I loved the time washing the clothes with the women at the river. And believe it or not, I loved being at the CDC and having that moment of realization that I couldn't go any further.
I would say, the scene actually where I die, oddly, is one of my favorite moments because we all came together. It was such an intense scene to shoot and a very highly emotional place to be for me and everyone really, because everyone's being attacked. And we all just grouped together and we nurtured each other and we were really there for each other and understanding. It was just a beautiful moment.
The zombie from the whale. Now, you don't know what I'm talking about right now, but you'll see it. We'll get to it. There's a zombie kill in the whale. Now, I was indirectly responsible for it, but I was still a part of it, just nonetheless. So, yeah.
My daughter got to play a zombie in the finale, and we got to give her a headshot, and she got to die. That's my personal favorite moment.
That's all for now, but keep coming back for more of the TV coverage that you crave.